Hey guys, today's project is all about the dogs. As long as I've had Flint there, he's always just ridden around in the back seat on the floor, underneath the dangling legs of my kids. You know, it's safe, it's cozy, and there was plenty of room. But now we added Knox here, the second dog, and he's grown up bigger than Flint in a great big hurry. And also my human puppies, their legs keep getting longer. Load up, come on. So, load up, get in there. So, what used to feel like a lot of space, hey, get down, is now getting really, really cramped. So, instead of doing this anymore, and instead of going and buying an expensive new truck, we're gonna build a dog box in the back here that's gonna be big and safe and sturdy, and a nice comfortable place for the dogs to go for rides. Load up! Alright, sit.
The first thing I had to do here was to get an idea of just how big to make this thing. So I took some measurements of the truck and some measurements of the dogs. The dogs didn't know what to think of the tape measure, but eventually the wiggling stopped just long enough to give me what I needed. From there, I drew out the footprint on the floor of my shop so I could visualize how big it would be and to make sure the dogs would fit inside.
That'll work. Good, okay.
With a very rough plan noodling its way to the front of my head, I started cutting materials. There isn't a whole lot that I need to explain about this process, so for the most part, I'm going to keep quiet and let you enjoy some shop sounds instead of my babbling voice for a change. I just hope that you like the sounds of crickets, because the place is infested with them, and nothing I do will get them to shut up. The bottom of the box is made a bit like the walls of a house, studs with sheeting on both sides and some insulation sandwiched in the middle. This gave me a solid base to build off of and should also help the dogs stay warmer when the temperature outside begins to drop in the colder months. Their fur keeps them warm for the most part, but nothing sucks away your body temperature like laying on something cold.
real quick guys, I want to address any continuity errors you might notice. I took this and put it into the back of the truck just to see if it fit the way I wanted it to, and I wasn't happy with the size and shape of it. One of my dimensions was too tight, one of them wasn't big enough. I started back a few steps, resized a few things. You can see this back wall isn't actually all the way up as high as I'd like it. The rest of it's going to get to this high. This I'm actually going to leave open for some airflow. Anyway, that's why it looks different than you think it should.
That isn't the only continuity error you're likely to notice in this project. A while later, I will once again change my mind on a part of this design, which means that my sheet materials wouldn't fit anymore, and I had to go buy more. That ended up being a good thing though, because this OSB isn't a great product for this project, but it's the only thing I could afford on account of the panic. Luckily, by this point prices had come down on other stuff and I was able to get some plywood that was a better fit for the job. I partially disassembled the box to make the next step easier, then whipped up some brownie batter to coat all the surfaces in. Brownie batter is much thicker than paint, and once I let the box bake in the sun at 93 degrees for 6.5 hours, this thing will be waterproof and smell delicious. Okay, this is actually just leftover paint that I used on my deck last summer, but they do brag that it's 10 times thicker than regular paint, so it will fill in small holes and gaps. This should help the box put up to several years of abuse.
Get up there. Good dog, huh? Oh, good boys. All right, come. Good dogs. What do you think? You think it means you're going for a ride somewhere? Well, I finished this thing up and almost immediately started using it. We just finished up with a long weekend and I had the dogs out traveling around and doing stuff every day for the 4-day weekend. It's worked out really well. They get really excited when you open the tailgate and say it's time to load up because they know they're going someplace fun. This is kind of like the prototype version of this thing. My original thinking was, do I make the most ultimate incredible version that I can right off the bat, or do I keep it simple so it's easier, cheaper, and faster to build? And that's what I ended up doing, thinking that I can use it for a season or two, figure out what I miss, what I don't need, trying to come up with the list of stuff that I really want to build into a more permanent version. This might last me 10 or 15 years. It might be outdated next year, I don't really know. But the dogs love it, it's been safe. I added anchor points to the top front corners on both sides so that I could take tie downs to, my truck has the tie downs hooks low in the front on the cab here. So it's pulling down into this corner, which is keeping it pulled down and is keeping it pulled forward so it can't slide back, it can't bounce up. It's pretty secure, it's pretty safe in the event of a crash. I also made sure that when I was buying hardware for it, I was looking through the packages. I was at Home Depot and they had a bunch of different keyed locks. And if you look at the numbers on the keys themselves, you can find a pair that match. So these are 2 different locks that have the same key. So that's kind of helpful. I don't have to have 2 different keys for 2 different doors. Since I mostly hunt by myself, this is probably going to stay mostly locked all the time. And this one will be the one that I open and close and let the dogs out of, so it's just easier for me to get from my door to that door. But if I'm hunting with somebody else, they can let the dogs out from this side too. I also considered, my dogs get along just fine, and the one other dog we might hunt with, they'd get along just fine, and it'd be a tight fit, but I could fit 3 in here. If I was with a dog that I wasn't sure would sit with my dogs very well on a long drive, I thought about putting some kind of a slot in here that I could slide a partition down into. That might be something you'd want to build into if you wanted to keep dogs separated in one of these. Again, I'll put that into the more ultimate version later on. The last thing I want to say before I let you go is that if you like, if you're looking at this project, if you're interested in this project, that probably means you like dogs and hunting in the outdoors. And I wanted to let you know I have a second channel. Technically, it's my first channel. I started on that one, and then I branched off into woodworking and built the Gunflint Designs woodworking channel. Gunflint Outdoors is my other channel. There's some deer hunts and elk hunting stuff and that kind of stuff on there. And this fall, I plan to start filming more of my adventures again, more of the fun stuff that I get out and do. I want to see what these dogs can get into. I'm planning on making videos out of that, so make sure you go and look for Gunflint Outdoors. If you can't search it because it's so small and old, I'll leave a link down below, but be on the lookout for maybe some pheasant hunts and some elk hunts and stuff like that coming up. But that's about it. I know these dogs want to get going for a ride, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. All right, load up. Load up. Come on, door. All right, you guys ready to go? Mr. Flint?